This is the intro. Enjoy. Hey guys, D-Man here, doing a review of Buddy's book. So, this episode was actually quite good. The humor was funny. Just a lot of things were funny. So basically it starts off with Steven and Connie going online to the library. Uh, going into the library and them yelling, of course, well, Steven yelling, saying, books! So they go into the library, they're looking around for books. Steven's looking around for books, I should say. He trips and falls onto this like, stool with wheels. So he starts using it, and then he sees a book underneath the shelf, underneath the shelf, the bookshelf, yeah, the bookshelf, I guess you'd call it, right? Yeah. So he sees a book underneath the shelf. He picks it up and he's like, "It's blank." May I say this? If that book was there, how long was it there for? And how dirty are those, like, underneath those shelves? Because that book should have been cleaned. Like, that book should have, like, flew out when they were clean or something, right? I'm just saying, those shelves must be, the underneath of those shelves must be super dirty. Just throwing that point out there. So they find it, they go to the table, they sit down, they start reading it, and they realize that it's Buddy's book, the first mate of Captain Dewey. I forgot what episode it was, and they did a play about it. So as they were reading it, it was just saying a bunch of stuff. It just like started off with a few things. Like him going to the place with the hammers and the weapons and the giant fruit. I forgot what the fruit's called. And then, wait. Pearl and Garnet show up, and then they imagine them in old garb, which is funny. And they also imagine Buddy as, what's his name? I forgot his name. But you gotta watch the episode and you'll know who it is. So they imagine him in old garb, telling him not to go to these places, and then biking off on like an old bicycle for some reason. And then he goes to those places because, that's just what human beings do. Curiosity gets the best of them, I guess. So he goes to all these places. We see a place that we haven't seen yet, or if we have, Steven doesn't remember it, and I don't remember it either. So we haven't seen it yet. It's probably going to come in. It's probably going to come into play in the future. Just future foreshadowing, I guess. So at the end, he goes to kindergarten and he meets Amethyst there, and she says, "Hey, welcome here, welcome." And she's hugging a rock because it's like her family or something, which is weird. And then he goes, and she's like, "Well, those places have all been discovered beforehand." And he starts crying and saying like, "Oh, I'm a failure. I wanted to discover something." And she's like, "Well, you want to discover something? Go discover the sand castle that no one else has discovered." So he goes out there. He gets dehydrated and passes out. And then Rose walks up to him. I don't know. She didn't really give him water, so I guess he just kind of woke up by himself. Or I assume she didn't because the gems don't need a drink, and I don't think she had anything on her. So I don't know about that part. But he meets with Rose, and Rose has a freaking like 8 lines or something like that. Which is weird. So does that mean that's where Lion came from? Because I assume that's the desert that he came from. So was one of those lines that Rose had Lion himself? Like the one that Buddy put his mouth into? Was that Lion? Because it kind of looked like it was Lion. But so did the other ones, I guess. Wouldn't that mean that Lion's like over 100 years old or something then? Because they found it way in the past? Huh. Or does that mean... I'm sure those lines are Lion, either descendants or one of them is Lion. So, that's kind of weird. And plus, why are they in the desert? Shouldn't they be in the savannah? I'm just saying. But I guess they did find lion in the desert, which brings up another host of questions. Um, oh well, like what the hell did he eat? I don't know. What did he drink? I don't know, but then Rose points at the sandcastle and she's like, "You mean that thing?" He's like, "Yeah, I was looking for that." And then she's like, "No, no, I can't use it because you saw it first, and that means I didn't discover it, you discovered it." And then she talks to him and she says, "People have seen these things before, but not they haven't described them in such detail. You shouldn't be so down on yourself." And basically like a whole story, like yada yada yada. And then at the end, he's like, "You're right. I feel great." So he becomes an author, and he basically makes the library that they're sitting in today. That's really dirty underneath the bookshelves. So yeah, that's the way of the library. It felt like it did feel like a filler episode again, like the first two. Even though the first one was probably the best out of season four. Kindergarten Kid's the best. Know Your Fusion is probably one of the more lackluster episodes, just my opinion. And this one, it's okay. It's like it's pretty good. Has funny humor. We get a little bit of a snippet of Rose and Lions. We get a new place that's probably future foreshadowing, and plus Rose and Lion's probably future foreshadowing because we still don't know how Lion came to be. So hopefully that gets explained. I'm assuming that those lions are his descendants or him, I guess. I don't know why they're in a desert though. But so that's pretty cool. And we just had like this happy, fun episode. As I said, it's more of a filler episode. It just is, sorry to say. But it was still pretty good, pretty fun. Those are my thoughts and opinions on this. What are yours? Share them in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, my friends. Peace. Hey guys, D-Man here. Just remind you to like, comment, and share this video. And also, subscribe to my channel by clicking this thing right here. Or going down there and clicking the subscribe button, especially if you're on cell phone or tablet. Remember, stay sane, my friends.